Hi, it's Lynette Hunter here from Wild Sky Career Design. And this is part of our series, How Did You Get Here?, where I ask people about their career journeys. Today I'm talking to Max, who works at an inner city restaurant in Melbourne. Max is going to talk to us about how he became a chef and his ideas about hospitality. Hello, well, I'm speaking to Max, and Max is here at the restaurant where he works, and he's going to talk to us today about what he does. So Max, what are you working on at the moment?
This morning I have been prepping up. We've got a brand new menu started this week.
Right.
As of Tuesday. So yeah, pretty much just trying to work out the bugs in that, and picking up where it's like, running out of stuff and that sort of thing. It's generally what we do in the middle of the week.
Okay. So what is your job title? What's the business here that you work in, and what's your role?
Job title, I don't know, is just commie chef. Basically, just doing whatever needs to be done.
Commie chef?
Yeah.
Is it short for communist or?
No, just commie, like COMMIS.
Oh,
It's
right.
French. All cookery is based in French. If you can't speak French, it's a pain. Or now, if you can't speak Spanish, it's a massive pain.
Right.
All the orders coming in Spanish.
Okay. Because this is a Jamos bar.
Yeah.
And that's someone's phone
Oh,
going
what's
off with
that?
a nice little... What is it? You say it.
I'm on.
I'm on. Thank you. Okay, well, I'm obviously not someone who works here.
No, it's alright.
So, tell us a bit about the Hamon bar. What does it, how many people does it serve? And
Oh, it's a 50-seater. Monday through to Sunday through to Wednesday. We've got just a single sitting, which is 6 o'clock till 9:30. We're packed down generally by and still doing desserts. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday we do a double sitting. So generally pack about 10:30. We stop doing savouries and still doing desserts.
Right.
Yeah, lunches are pretty quiet. Dinner's always booked out every single night.
Well,
So we generally do 50 people, and on a double sitting we turn it over. So maybe 100, depends on how many people we can kick out the door for a second.
but it's successful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's doing really quite well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It doesn't belong to you, you're an employee, but
Yeah,
it's a successful business, and that's
Yep.
important. Yeah. So Max, tell us, how did you get here? I mean, you always wanted to be a chef?
Not particularly. It wasn't really. My future was always a little bit undecided. I had many dreams and aspirations, if you can call them that, just things that I wanted to do. And I wouldn't say chefing really entered my mind. I was pretty horrible at home economics at school, and ditched that as quickly as I could. But then one of my friends needed a dishwasher many years ago, and I needed a job, so I just decided to start working for him. I was kind of, dissuaded a little bit because I worked with this chef who was an Italian guy, pretty crazy. He was known to throw hot pans at people and stuff like that.
Ew.
It's not common anymore, but it used to be very common in the cooking practice. He's an old school chef. It's a very high paced, very high stress job to take on. So, and just that's at the lower levels. The higher up you get, the more stress is on your shoulders. So he was duty chef at this place. He had a lot of stress on him, but so I was like, I don't really want to work with that sort of a person. It's just it seems a bit much. And then he left, and I thought, I'll start washing dishes. Washed dishes for a bit, then went travelling overseas, and then came back to the same job because I enjoyed all the people. That's the thing that makes hospitality great. You take it on as it's a lifestyle more so than it is a job. You've got to like everyone you work with. You've got to like every day that you come into work, because it's so hard in the amount of hours that you do and the amount of free time you don't have. So it's really, you got to turn that negative into the positive, and all your workmates actually become your friends, and in a sense sort of family. You're always pushed through a lot of really hard times together, especially over Christmas and things, where everyone's partying, everyone's enjoying themselves through summer, and what they're doing, everyone else is coming to you so that they can drink and they can eat good food, and you're the one providing that service. So it's and because it's so fast, especially then, you as a team all go through hell together, and so either come out on the other side, you know, all stronger, or come out on the other side and everyone hates each other, which does happen as well. But yeah, it's so, yeah, I sort of, you know, found it pretty easy actually to fall into that, you know, working with friends, and so that's why I went back to that original place, and then they needed someone to start cooking on larder, and so I started cooking on the larder, which is was just salads, making focaccias and stuff, pretty really basic stuff. And then sort of within about 6 months I was doing duty chef, so I was in charge of the kitchen on the nights. So yeah, and then I just, after probably about 2 years of that, then decided, oh yeah, well, you know, done a bit of this, and then move and go somewhere else. And yeah, so I've just been working as a chef ever since then. Just, you know, never did any qualifications, never did any study, which from the majority of chefs I know, they all consider school to be just crap. That you learn more with a good head on your shoulders and doing the things, rather than sitting in a classroom writing stuff down and going over a traditional method of things.
Yeah, so it's the practice of learning on the job.
And the thing is that, especially in a town like Melbourne, there's a huge culinary scene, and everyone's there's all innovations all the time with cooking, and so the things that they teach you in school are 20-25 years old, the techniques, and you can't apply them to an actual kitchen in any way, shape or form. Like, you know, if you come in from a TAFE and say, oh yeah, I learned how to do stock, even though it's fairly basic, there's hundreds of different ways of doing a stock. Even in Napoli, which is the first thing that I learned, there's not been 2 places that I've worked in that have done Napoli the exact same way. It's always been different, and you'd think all it is tomato sauce, onions, garlic, and tomatoes, and that's it. But no 2 places have ever done the same.
Gosh.
Because it's a very varied thing, and that's kind of what attracted me as well. You're always learning. I've been cooking for 6 years now, and I'm always doing new things, especially at the moment from the Spanish food. I've never touched anything like that, and it's sort of a little bit classier and stuff, and more expensive, and you get to work with really, really good produce and learn some really, really good techniques. And so yeah, I found that's always interesting. And you know, when the interest dies, when you become bored with doing something, or the people around you are frustrating, you can always go somewhere else, and you can always learn something else, and there's always a job for you. It's, yeah, being able to cook is really, really good if you need to find work and find it quickly. Yeah.
So what would your recommendation be to a young person then who is thinking about working in hospitality?
I don't know, it's kind of one of those things. There's many times, not in a day, but there's many times while I've been cooking that I personally have been enjoying myself, but I would never suggest to anyone to start cooking. It's just one of those things. It's really, really trying. Because of the amounts of stress, and because of the hours that you work, you know, like I generally sleep about 4 hours a night, generally, and that's...
it's not much.
Yeah, and over Christmas, because of the stress on you and because of the long hours, sometimes you can sleep sort of 2 hours a night and then work another 15 hours, and then you go back and then you have another hour's sleep and then you work another 15 hours. It's not... And that's, although it's not standard practice, it is. It's not, everyone's like, oh no, you never have to do that. And the bigger the company, the less chance you have of doing that. But a lot of places, especially if you're doing breakfast, lunch, dinner, if you start on you can do a dinner shift on a Friday night and finishing up at about 3, and then you can start the breakfast shift the next morning at 6. It happens.
So you need that really hard-working characteristic to be very calm and everything as well, by the sound of it.
I guess you just need to be psychologically a bit strange.
Is that right?
Yeah. It takes a very special kind of person, and there's a lot of people in hospitality that you meet that you're like, you would fit nowhere else in society at all. And I think that's true in a small sense about all of us.
Okay. Thank you very much for all of that today, Max. That's been really, really fantastic, really insight into the world of hospitality. Thank you.
Cheers.